Yeah, hey, look, time to eat, time to dine again. Play for keeps and wait for the feast, like Leviathan. All in what the motto is, we gotta win. In it for the spirit, give a damn if she modeling. Coke bottle wobble, but baby be always hollering. Look back how we did that, but not again. Damn, scoffing and they mocked the men cause we dropped the sin. Laugh now till your how was shy, take your oxygen. We locked in, watch men on the clock again. Do it for the nation, stay patient, we'll be on top again. Before the storm come, you can drop again. All hell when he called the shots, and they dropped the wins. Drop the man, Dr. Ren, box him like we box his chin. Boxing men seeing all this evil.
Mighty teaching, right? First and foremost, we want to give all praises, all honor, all glory to the Most High God, Yahweh. And we do so by Shema Mashiach Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. We are the Hebrew Israelites, God's chosen people. We come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom known as America, biblically known as Babylon the Great, and the wake of you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians who are the Israelites of the Bible, God's chosen people, man. Like the brother just brought up, man, it's high time that you wake out of sleep, man. There's too much knowledge, too much information, just too much truth not to be woke in these last days, man. To continue walking and just going with the motions, man. Dead people walking, man. They're walking dead, literally, man. The Bible tells us that when we wander out of the way of understanding, we remain in the congregation of the dead. Well, where do we get our understanding from? Let me get Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 4 real quick, Baba Kashar, man. We got to get out of religion. We got to get out of Christianity, Catholicism, Islam, all of these things that have never done anything that are beneficial for our people, truly. We're still in the land of our captivity. Still loving our enemy, loving the people that had us in the field, loving the people that are whipping our backs in, right? Loving the people that are telling us constantly what we got to do as far as a job, man. We're going to them for education, going to them for healing, going to them for everything, but that's what God said was going to happen to us if we continue to break his commandments, man. He said you're going to have to go to them for the will of all things. Now we have no self-sufficiency. Now we have no autonomy. Now we depend on our enemies for everything because we chose to rely on them rather than our God. Read that. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 4. But ye that did cleave unto the Lord your God are alive, every one of you this day. Hey, you hear what Moses just said to the Israelites? He said, all of y'all that have cleaved unto the Lord are what? Alive this day, man. So we got to cleave unto the Lord and stop cleaving unto these damn heathen, man. Go ahead. Verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them. Keep therefore and do them. And the Lord told us to keep his commandments, man. Everybody claims to believe in God. Everybody claims to believe in Jesus Christ. Well, why aren't y'all keeping the words that he told you to do? He said, keep therefore and do them. Go ahead. For this is your wisdom and your understanding. Your understanding. He said, this is your wisdom. This is how you're going to be made wise. This is how a simple nation of people become wise by doing what God commanded them to do. He said, this is your wisdom and your understanding. Let me get that, Proverbs 21:16. In the sight of who? In the sight of the nations. So today we're looked at as what? Niggas, blacks, Spics, Mexican, Latinos, Salvadorians, but we're God's chosen people. The brother brought out Hosea chapter 11 and verse 10, or 1 and verse 10, that they've called us everything in this land but a child of God, man. They don't recognize us as the Israelites, they recognize us as African Americans. They recognize us as the people that they conquered and forced to be slaves, man. They don't see us as the children of the Most High. Because while we wandered out of the way of understanding, man, you got that? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding. So if you wander out of the way of keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments, go ahead, shall remain in the congregation of the dead. And that's all I see, man. Dead men walking. That's right. A bunch of blacks and browns walking up and down the street in St. Louis wearing damn gold and purple beads talking about Mardi Gras. What's that got to do with you? That's right. Exactly. Go ahead. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 1. And the hand of the Lord was upon me,
and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord, and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones.
Full of what?
Full of bones.
What is St. Louis?
Full of bones.
See that? America, Babylon the Great, St. Louis, Missouri is full of bones, man. What are those bones? What are those dead men? Let me go down to like verse 12.
Verse 12. Therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus saith the Lord God, behold my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am the Lord, when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves.
See, it's talking about the Israelites, man. We are in these graves. What do those graves represent? Christianity, Catholicism, right? All these different religions and philosophies, being damn so-called conscious or woke. Yeah, I'm woke. I'm hip. There's this new age of wokeism where people just think that they know everything, right? They're conscious of everything, but they don't know a single law in the Bible, right? But nevertheless, let's go back. Let me get that Proverbs 4:2. We got to come back to God's law, statutes, and commandments. That's the end of the story, man. And come out of what lies we've been taught in these religions that we were raised in, man. Right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 2. For I give you good doctrine. I give you good doctrine.
The Lord has given us good teaching, man. Didn't he say in Deuteronomy 4, he said that he taught us wisdom and understanding through his commandments. All praise to the Most High. Hey, this is our wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations, right? He gave us the laws for our good. Right? Just imagine, if our people actually applied the commandments of God, there would be no murder in our community. There would be no whoremongers, adulterers, strippers, dots. You know what I'm saying? In our community, that's facts. He said, I have given you these commandments for your good. That's right. And then it's so crazy because in the Bible it tells us when our people don't keep God's commandments but sin, you know what comes? Death. Right. People dying. Right. And isn't death prevalent in our communities? Right. Our people are dying from all manner of things. Not just murder, but sicknesses and diseases. And it's because of what we're doing to ourselves, man. We're killing ourselves because we refuse to keep the laws of God. That's right. But this is the thing. Our people don't understand that God selected our people to be his people. Right. A government, man. A government. Christians, they like to go to John 3:16 for God so loved the world, right? You've heard that before? That's my favorite one. That's your favorite one. Let me show you what that's talking about. All praise to the Most High real quick. Let me show you what John 3:16 is truly talking about. Because what the Christians gonna say is, hey, see, God so loved the world, he loves everybody. That's what they'll say, right? But that's not what it's talking about, King. Israel, us, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, are a world. We are the world that's going to get saved with that everlasting salvation.
That's right.
Let's get that, though.
Yes, sir.
Because when you go into the Greek, that word world is cosmos, which means a government. Right. And like I was saying, what type of government is there without laws and legislation, order and structure? I'm going to tell you what it is. Look at our communities. That's what a government looks like without structure and order, man. It's hell, man. Look at the streets in St. Louis. Go to the hoods, man. Go to the ghettos. That's a people without order in their government, man. Instead, we try to apply the white man's laws to our lives, and they tell you can do whatever you want to do. Be whatever you want to be. As long as you don't run a damn red light, you good. Man, you see what I'm saying? What you got? Come on, hold that right there. Let's get John 3:16 real quick.
Start at 1 or 20.
Matter of fact, yeah, go ahead and start at 1.
This is the book of John, chapter 3 and verse 1. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews.
So, what's your name, King? Cam? So, this is Christ talking to another Jew. Okay? We're about to break down John 3:16 for you so you can get the proper understanding of what that verse is talking about. So, Christ is having a conversation with Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. Go ahead.
The same came to Jesus by night.
Jump down to 14.
Verse 14. And as Moses lifted the serpent in the wilderness, even so the Son of Man shall be lifted up.
So Christ is telling us that the same way that Moses lifted up the serpent staff, right, to the Israelites and stayed the plague so that they wouldn't die, he said the same way is the Son of Man going to be lifted up unto the Israelites. Right? Go ahead.
The book of, you want to keep reading on that? Verse 15. Whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have eternal life.
Right, so now he's saying, whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Get that Acts 2 and 21, right? And then we'll finish on that John 3. Then we're going to go to Isaiah 45. This is the... keep reading that.
Come on. I got it. God, verse 16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Right. So now, it said whosoever believeth in him, right? That's what it says. So it's talking about everybody, right? The white man, the white woman, Susie, right? The Asian man, Jackie Chan. No, it's not talking about everybody, brother. Right? We're going to show you in the Bible. Go ahead.
The book of Acts chapter 2 verse 21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord.
See, it said whosoever, right? Let's find out. Go ahead.
Shall call on the Lord shall be saved. Ye men of Israel. Ye men of Israel. Ye men of Israel. Hear these words.
He said, you men of Israel hear these words. Right. So he contextualized who he was talking to. Right. He said, whosoever, ye men of Israel. Right. Whosoever among you Israelites that believe in the Lord shall be saved, man. That's right. Right? Now it said, let's go back to that John 3:16.
Verse 16. For God so loved the world.
God so loved the world. That's right. We got to figure out this world, man. Let's find out which world. Go ahead.
Which one you want, King? 45, 17. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, and verse 17.
Hold on. Real quick, I need your undivided attention for like 3 seconds, right? And you too, but this for you too, King. Go ahead.
But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with everlasting salvation.
Who's going to be saved in the Lord?
But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
And what are we?
Ye shall not be... Salaki. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded. World without end.
What?
World without end.
So Israel is going to be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. And we are a world without end.
Right.
Right? So that's what John 3:16 is talking about. Right. It's not talking about everybody. We got to understand that the Bible is not for everybody. It was given by God to the Israelites. He gave us the laws and us the commandments. He didn't give that to everybody. Right? You understand what I'm saying? All praise to the Most High. So now what we got to do, Cam, is come back to God by keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. And it's that simple. You see the state of our people, right? We cursed. Well, what do we got to do if us not keeping God's commandments has brought us into captivity as slaves, subject to our enemies? What should we be doing then to reverse that? If breaking the commandments was what caused all that, what should we do?
Breaking the commandments caused this. What should we do?
Breaking the commandments?
Breaking the commandments caused this.
Then follow them.
That's right.
Follow them, right? And that's it. We got to start following God's commandments so that we can get out of the predicament that we've been in, man.
Right.
So let me get Deuteronomy chapter 30 real quick. Right? And I'm going to show you. We're going to be saved in the Lord with that everlasting salvation, right? So what does salvation look like? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you what the white man told us. The white man told us whenever we die, we go into the sky, right? In heaven. And it's going to be a party up there. There's an angel at the front. There's a big old gate. There's an angel at the front. He got a desk, a pen and a pad with everybody's names on it, right? And he's going to check a list, see if you was naughty or nice, kind of like Santa Claus and his little elves, right? Kind of like that. And he's going to make sure that you were naughty or not. If you was bad, he's going to kick you back down the hill. That's what they teach us in the churches. That's not what salvation is, bro. Salvation is the Israelites being saved from our enemies. Right? Being saved from the land of our captivity. And then being brought back to our land, Israel. Over there in the so-called Middle East and the Horn of Africa, that's where we're from. Right? That's the land that God gave us for an inheritance. Understand? And then we gonna rule this earth, bro. Literally, all the people that we've been taken into captivity to, we're going to take them into captivity. That's right. They're going to be our servants. They're going to be our handmaids, our vine dressers, our plowmen. And if they don't want to serve us, the Lord said that they're going to be destroyed. Watch this. This is in the Bible. This ain't my words. This is in the Bible.
Read Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 115.
Start at verse 1.
Verse 1. And it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee, and shall return, and shall return unto the Lord thy God, and shall obey his voice.
So that's what we're doing right now in the age or the year of 2024. We're returning to the Lord our God by obeying his voice. Right? He said once you start remembering about the curses and the blessing that we would have received if we would have listened, then you're going to return and obey my voice. That's the time period that we're living in now, when we're returning to God, man. After we've been brought low, after we've lost our identity, our heritage, our way of life, now we remember who we are, man. Go ahead.
And shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, that thou and thy children with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity. He will what? He will turn thy captivity.
So God said that when our people start keeping his commandments, he's going to turn our captivity. What does that mean? It means he's going to end it. He's going to end the state of oppression that we've been in for so long. That hell, waking up oppressed, just feeling vexed. You having this corruptible body, man. You wake up, your back aching. Now you got to go to your 9 to 5, man, that you hate so much. You can't stand your boss, right? You got to put up with BS every single day. That's captivity. God said when you return and obey his voice, is going to end your captivity. And what?
He will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee.
He said he's going to have compassion on us, right? Because all these things happened was because the Lord was pissed off at us, man. He was very angry. He said he was angry because why? We didn't want to keep his commandments. So he's saying when you start keeping my commandments, I'm going to have compassion on you. And return and gather you. Because we've been scattered, man, through various slave trades. The transatlantic slave trade, y'all heard of that? How our people came over here on slave ships? Did y'all know this in the Bible? You didn't know this in the Bible, King? After I finish this, I'm going to show you that real quick and I'm going to let you go, because I know it's cold, right?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, in verse 4. If any of thine be driven out unto the outmost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. And the Lord thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed. Into the land which thy fathers possessed.
So God said when he saves the Israelites, we're not going into the sky, man, in some mystical, whimsical world above the heavens. No, we're going back to our land, man. Yes, sir. Right? That's what God promised our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the land flowing with milk and honey. Right. Y'all heard that before? That's the land that God gave us, man, the fertile land. Right, the Fertile Crescent, the so-called Garden of Eden. That's our land. I'm going to tell y'all what your Christian pastors never wanted y'all to know, is that we the Israelites, and that God told his chosen people that was going to go into slavery on ships if he didn't keep his commandments. Because I'm pretty sure all of us would have repented right then. If our pastor would have been like, look, y'all know that God told his chosen people that y'all are going to go into slavery on ships if you didn't keep his commandments. Who would that happen to? But they didn't want you to figure out. That's why they told you not to read the Old Testament. That's why they told you, look, you don't got to worry about nothing in the Old Testament. Look at everything through a New Testament lens, and Christ fulfilled it all. They lying to you, man, because they get paid off, right? They want to keep our people in sin so that we continue to die, right? But watch.
And the Lord thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed.
Go ahead and go to Deuteronomy 28 now.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. With ships.
Hey, man, check it out. The Lord just said he was going to bring his people into bondage, or Egypt, which means bondage in the Hebrew, right? With ships, man. Right. Literally, this is in the Holy Bible. Read that one more time.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So how do we get to America, brothers? Amen. And God's talking to the Israelites, his chosen people. So who must we be then? Israelites. That's right. That's right. That's right. Keep reading.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
Hey, man, wasn't we sold? Yeah, wasn't we sold? Wasn't we put on auction blocks? Right? If we were sold to the highest bidder, they was giving what? $5 for a boy, $10 for a winch? Right? Go ahead.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
Hey, man, there's slave men and slave women. This is called biblical prophecy that has been fulfilled.
Right.
Right, we are walking testimonies of the very existence of the God of the Bible, man.
Right on.
And the fact that God chose us to be his people.
That's right.
Now again, a valid question would be, okay, if we're God's chosen people, why are all of these things happening to us? Well, we've already told you.
Right.
Because we broke his commandments, so now we're cursed.
Right.
And the only way to reverse these curses are by coming back to God and obeying his voice, by keeping his commandments, right? You don't know any commandments?
Your parents.
Obey your parents. That's a beautiful one, right? There's another commandment, right? Don't take the Lord's name in vain.
Yeah.
I want to tell y'all the Lord's name. Y'all know the Lord's name? What he said?
God.
Yah?
God.
God? Oh, God, that's a title, right? Because anybody can be a God,
Right.
right? The Lord, the Most High, Yahweh, because that's his name, right? He said that we, the Israelites, are gods, right? You a God, you a God. We gods out here, man, on this earth. But we're not the Most High God. We're not Yahweh. That's the Most High. That's his name,
God.
right? Let me get that in Psalm 83 and 18. I believe it is. All right, let me get that in Exodus 20.
Come on. Exodus 20, and which one you want, King? Oh, yeah, you right here. Say it. This is the book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 7. Here it is, King. Check this out. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. In vain.
So we can't take the name of the Lord in vain, right? The name of the Lord, Yahweh, has power behind it. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me, brothers? Right? So understand, whenever you mention God, right, it's not just, okay, yeah, I believe in God. No, you believe in the Most High God, the one true God, because he is our God. He's our power, because that's what the word God means. That's why anybody can be a God, because anybody can have power, right? But nobody has power like the Most High power, who's the one that dispenses power to the beings that he created, right?
Read that. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 82 and verse 6. I have said, ye are God.
You are what?
Ye are God.
So the Most High said that we are gods. Now get that Psalm 83.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1.
Because even when you break down the name Israel, right, it means power with God.
Right.
Princes of power with God. God has given us power. But when you read John chapter 1, hey, it said that as many as believe. We got to believe first and foremost by doing what he said. Come on. He said, as many as believe, to them will I give power to be the sons of God. So you have to get your power back by believing in the Most High and his son Christ by doing what they told us to do. Right? That's what it's about.
This is Psalms 83 and 18. That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, is Yahweh,
What's the Father's name?
is
Go
Yahweh,
ahead.
art the most high over all the earth.
Hey man, the Most High's name is Yahweh,
Right.
and his son's name is Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
Right? Acts 4 and 12 tells you there's only one name whereby men must be saved, and that's Yahweh.
That's right.
That's right, man. So we can't take the name of the Lord in vain. Another commandment, I'm going to just paraphrase it. Go into the book, or the first 5 books of the Bible, Genesis through Deuteronomy. Don't eat no pork. You don't eat pork? Yeah? You can't eat no pork no more, King. You willing to give up that pork for the Most High?
For sure.
All praise to the Most High, man. You see that? Right? Can't be defiantly in temple. Y'all be smoking cigarettes, marijuana, any of that? You got to give it up for the Lord, man.
Right.
Hey, he said, because our body is the temple of God. And,
Right.
and the Most High dwells within our bodies, man.
Right.
His spirit does. He said, if you defiantly your temple, he going to destroy you, man.
That's right, Doc.
Might be by thermonuclear missile, might be by lung cancer, might be by a straight bullet, but the Most High will take you out of there if you defiantly your temple, man. Because your temple's supposed to be holy. Holy. Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3 and verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you. If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. Him shall God destroy.
Hey, the Most High Spirit won't be able to dwell within us if we defile in our temple, right? He said it will destroy us. So therefore, man, we got to keep our temples pure, clean, and holy and set apart, sanctified unto the Lord, man. So don't eat no abominable, unclean foods, no pork, no shrimp, no crab, no shellfish, nothing without fins and scales in the waters. Right? Don't put down the marijuana. You don't start simple, start slow. You know what I'm saying? Get you some fringes, man. Right. Tap into the YouTubes, brother. That's really what's going to build you up the most while you're reading the Bible. And any question that you have, man, you can look it up on YouTube, right? Just type up a topic and then type in Israelite afterwards. And I'm sure there's an Israelite somewhere breaking it down, right? I'm going to close out, though. Let me get 1 Corinthians 15:57.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15 and verse 57. But thanks be to Yahweh, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain, the Lord.
That's why we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bashim Mashiach Yahushua. With that, I say, Kwame Yasala! Kwame Yasala! Kwame Yasala!
WF5 and printing knowledge to your boys like a hard drive. Understand Yahweh is my God. Ain't no sneaking or gigging when I come around. The Lord been a man of war every time. The scriptures is accurate without the lies. I've inoculated from the snakes and the haters. That's why I'm 29 but yet still alive. WF5 and printing knowledge to your boys like a hard drive. Understand Yahweh is my God. Ain't no sneaking or geeking when I come around. The Lord been a man of war every time. The scriptures is accurate without the lies. I've inoculated from the snakes and the haters. That's why I'm 29 but yet still alive. WF5, in my family we putting our lives on the line. They calling me crazy for living life. I'm a representation of Yahweh. I need a moment of silence for life. The heathens don't get to speak when I'm around. They start gazing at me like I'm a god. My presence is megalithic to the crowd. Brothers keeper going off the rebound. A reprobate mind given to the wicked. Whenever the sins are a little too loud, screaming up at the Lord to the heavens, seeking mercy, but he ain't nowhere to be found. Yahweh shines as hearing the sinners, keeping every law in the book made me a winner. Doing 100 riding in a little sprinter. Edomites looking to give me a ticket. Grew up as a young and jugging a midget. I wasn't fidgety, sticking to the mission. I changed my life for the better, I don't miss it. Only thing that ain't changed off is my business. I remained as a lion up in these trenches. AK high definition like a movie. The way I'm dropping gems, we calling it ism. WF5.